You are tuned into Lifeline Media on episode 1 of Love, Hate, and Retreat with your host,
Raven Sa'Neice
and co-host,
Bigg Mike.
Sponsored by Salem Baptist Church, House of Hope Media Production Ministry.
You know what it is? I love it. Yeah. I love it. Let's talk about it. Your boy's been a Christian quite a few years. Victory in faith, but I failed in my fears. I heard a lot of words that have tickled many ears. That's why I praise God for the word that we adhere. The word became flesh, lived for 30 years. Died at 33, but after days reappeared. Jesus Christ, anointed one, ascended in the ear. Or you could say the air, where the Father made him heir. Of all things, the throne, no, it's more than a chair. But after our redemption, yes, he did take a chair. Greater than the angels, named superior to theirs. This is Hebrews chapter 1, lift your care. I'm leaning to the right, the light is where I'm running. I thought I wanted like drunk, sexed out and blunted, but all I really wanted was the one who really wanted. Fought death, beat it, gave his life to the public. I love it, I love it. Angels surrounding you strong and worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Oh, this full of his glory, all nations bow to his name. His majesty fills the heavens, our hearts thunder his praise. Declare the Lord surrender, make a joyful noise.
Man, I'm trying to lift them higher than the stars. I am not of this world like I'm from the planet Mars. I love to preach Jesus, you can read it in my bar. I'm pretty straightforward when I'm speaking about my Lord. He paid the sin price being beat by Roman guards. But when he resurrected, gave us life free of charge. Now me and my boys need to be in the psych ward. Cause we went crazy for God, our lives were scarred. Now in the book of life, our names have been written down. We're casting our crowns before his feet on the ground. It's such a holy melody and a heavenly sound. Hearing holy, holy, holy coming out of.
Good morning, beautiful people. You're here with your host, Raven Scott, and your co-host,
Bigg Mike.
and you're tuning into Lifeline Media. I hope you guys follow us on Facebook at
Love, Hate, Retreat.
Now, today, guys, we're going to have a very interesting topic. We're going to be talking about relationships, and not just any relationships. It's more something that's controversy, and we're going to be talking about polygamy. So, Mike, you know what polygamy is?
Yeah, I believe it's when you have more than one spouse.
Yeah, in essence, that's exactly what it is. But right now, it's like, instead of it just being looked at as a man having multiple wives, it's also, women trying to have multiple husbands. Like, isn't that crazy?
Man, that sounds very nice.
What makes it nice?
Because I never knew that a woman can have more than one husband. I always thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, I thought it was the other way around too, but mainly because a lot of people think that, it's just so they can have multiple women, just like, an ego thing.
Right.
But in actuality, in other countries, it's really more of a status. It was like you have to be able to support these women and feed them, clothe them, house them, and the children, all of that, all of the above. And back in those countries, it's not even common for men to have multiple wives. It's like you have to be wealthy, and of course we know everybody ain't bald.
Not enough to have more than one female.
Of course not. And so I just feel that when it comes to polygamy, the fact that it's illegal in America, I just think it's a big misunderstanding on the purpose of it.
I think it is too. I think it's more like you said, an ego thing. Like, why do men need to have more than one wife, and why does a female need to have more than one husband? Like, how much needs and desires do they really have?
Right, and I think it also boils down to, like, religion as well. Because I know it's common for polygamy to happen in, like, Hinduism, Buddhism, like Celtic tradition, Judaism. But it's just really uncommon in Christianity. And so I just wonder, like, why is it uncommon in Christianity,
Yeah, because they like to keep it simple.
You think that's what it is? You're right. Is it because they want to keep it simple? I just think that it's more of a maybe like a sin thing to them, because maybe with being multiple wives, it's like, oh, are the wives mixing together? Because then you're dealing with what lesbianism, if that's the word.
Right. Do the wives get to sleep together as well with the husbands?
Like,
do they all sleep together at once?
Maybe that's why it's a sin. But I don't know. Like, I hate the fact that it's illegal in America simply because of religion, in essence, and when it comes to politics, it's supposed to be separate from religion. However, a lot of our laws is based on religion.
Yes,
and so I just feel like that's unfair to people with other religions.
Yeah, and that's why they have to do it in other countries, because they don't allow it here in our country.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I understand why I have to go to Africa to have more than one wife.
More than one wife. I'm trying to think, like, would I even be able to have more than one husband? Like, I'm trying to think, like...
I mean, can you handle having more than one husband?
What I'm saying, like, okay.
And if you was a female, what if each husband wants to have a child that year? How would that work?
Not gonna happen. Simple as that. Talking about keeping it simple.
Right.
No.
I mean, understand what they really got to go through in one house, and if they had each wife, if one husband, for example, had 3 to 5 wives, which wife would he pick to choose to get pregnant first? What would they name all these kids? That's a lot.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm jealous. I can't share. I'm gonna be like, oh, so you like that better, huh? That's the way she rub your head, huh? Okay, all right. I see you. And it's gonna be over with. But so I think that wraps up this little talk right here. We're gonna go ahead and go to break. Listen to some music. And Big Mike, what we got coming up?
Captain Jones, King of Business, coming up next.
You single now? On February 9th, you gonna be single? Oh, I'm just wondering, because you should join Salem Singles Got Talent. February 9th, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Located at 10909 South Cottage Grove, room 42. You can sing, dance, maybe you got some spoken word. You know how to play some instruments. You got some comedy, you can make me laugh or something. What about magic or make something disappear? Come showcase your talents. Register at sbcoc.org.
Talk to him.
Lifeline Media Entertainment. Come talk with your host and co-host.
I'ma handle my B-U, crooked letter I-N-E, crooked letter. Let's go. I'ma handle my business. I'ma be about my business. I'ma go and handle this business. 'Cause it's kingdom. I'ma handle my business. I'ma be about my business. I'ma go and handle this business. 'Cause it's kingdom. I'ma handle my business. Hit the streets hard, can I get a witness? You best be listening or you gon' miss it. You best to keep yourself in tip-top business. Bringing in men like we willing and vicious. Love to eat the word and hate to clean the dishes. Now unto him that can exceed all of your wishes. Can overcome 1,000,000 of Judas's kisses. We love on the thug and pray for the misses. Feed the hungry, now that's my business. Preach to the poor, now that's my business. And tread on the snake whenever he hisses. Ain't got more punch than 1,000 visits. We got an army that you can enlist in. Just put a call in to one of my assistants. Tell them that you wanna be down with the business. Don't call my business if you ain't about business. I'ma be about my business. I'ma go and handle this business. 'Cause it's kingdom. I'ma handle my business. I'ma be about my business. I'ma go and handle this business. 'Cause it's kingdom. I'm not trying to make a sale, but this right here is about heaven to hell. Seek the kingdom first and you can stack your mail. Do it that way and there's no way that you can fail. And let the homies in the hood follow your trail. My business is all about the children. Innocent lives been lost from their killing. The streets are dying and the world needs a healing. I gotta move 'cause I got that feeling. There's about to be a shift in the game. Everybody's gotta yield to the name. The sun will shine, he will take it with the rain. When
that's right, homie, yeah, it's Mr. Pop Off. I'm trapped with that top door that can't get knocked off. It's Canton, can we cameo on a hot song? Kingdom is life for us, so you get the same thing, homie, even if the camera's not on. The only time we front is shotgun. You get that? Get back, I never lose space when I drop songs. Ballin' about mine, do what I'm told. Fresh out the prayer closet, I be after the soul. Before and after the album sold, but on the strip, I'm really more concerned about the path you chose.
Okay, guys, you're back here with your girl Raven Scott with Lifeline Media. We're here with a special guest. You mind go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, good afternoon, Raven. My name is Steve Wheeler, and I serve as the Director of Broadcast Engineering for Salem Baptist Church of Chicago and Rainbow Push Coalition, and I'm also a life insurance agent with Transamerica.
Okay, so how long have you been with Salem Baptist Church?
Man, seems like ever since. We originally started broadcasting in 2005, so approximately 12 years or so we've been on the air doing live television production.
Okay, and so in today's show, we've been talking about different types of relationships, and there's different people's perspectives on it. And so I understand you've been married for quite a while, right?
Man,
okay. I haven't really been married at all, so I don't really have too much insight. That's why I'm glad you're here. And so can you tell me more about how you feel about polygamy?
Polygamy, I think, might be a cultural standard elsewhere. However, here in the United States, there might be some small sectors that believe in that. I really don't have any statistics. But what I do know is that the monogamous structure of a traditional marriage with mom, dad, and children, I think, is a very strong structure, and that it contributes to the success, really, of everyone involved, mom, dad, and the kids.
That's a great point to make. A lot of people try to dismiss the fact that, a mother and a father is needed in a household. So I think that does play a factor into how, people are raised in the future of, the generations. Yeah. And so that's a good point.
Marriage is based upon monogamy in that relationship. And under God, that's the way the relationship should go as well. I'm also a strong believer that strong marriages build strong families, which build strong communities. And I think one of the things that has had an adverse effect on the African-American community in particular is the deterioration of that structure.
Wow, okay. So I agree with that point of view. And so there's another point of view that people have presented, which is that, okay, let's say in different countries, that when it comes to polygamy, it's really just, it's a status. You have to have a certain amount of money and responsibilities. You have to be able to take care of, like, all the wives, or you're not be able to, have it at all. And it's since, like, a way to bring a stronger, foundation to the household. And so with that point of view, do you agree that you think it's possible for it to be a stronger household with multiple people within the relationship?
You said in other countries. In some other countries. Not here in the United States.
Okay.
And not in the African-American community. Let's be for real.
Right.
You can fantasize about whatever you want to fantasize about. Multiple women, multiple relationships. It's a deterioration of our structure. You have to have family. You got to have mama. You got to have daddy. And too often we skirt that responsibility based upon something that doesn't contribute to the success of the household, of the community, and of society as a whole. I'm a strong proponent for families. I love my wife. I have 3 children. I've done everything I can to support them and push them on to another level higher than what I've achieved. And if you can show me a model here in the United States and in this city of Chicago where polygamy is effective, I'll gladly look at it, gladly listen to it, but I don't think it exists.
Wow, okay. That's a great perspective. And, I kind of, fully agree with what you're saying with the importance of the mom and the dad in relationship, and just really having that solid foundations. And also I agree, we're not in other countries, we're here in America, and so it's our culture. And so can you expound more about how you feel about the culture of America and where you think that we're going as African Americans?
I think we have a tremendous opportunity to improve upon our current status. I think that we as African Americans have been subject to some horrendous treatment in this country, obviously from slavery to this day, and actually slavery still impacts us today. Where are we headed? It's a matter of what responsibility do we accept. I believe the issues associated with the African American community have deep roots in psychology and also in economics. In other words, as we think and as we are impacted by our history, we have to focus on where are we headed, where do we want to go, and in that we also have to understand our economic impact on each other's, and we have to grow in those areas.
Okay. Wow. You know what? I really appreciate those words of wisdom. You know, it has really touched a lot of bases on what we've been talking about. And so that kind of wraps up the interview for today. And we'll be right back. Don't forget to follow us on the Lifeline Media page on Facebook at Love Hate Retreat.
No appetite, nausea or vomiting, headache, tired, unable to concentrate, itching, little or no urine, swelling around the eyes and ankles, muscle cramp, tingling in hands or feet, changes in skin color. Are you or a family member dealing with chronic kidney failure and end-stage renal disease? Here at DaVita Kidney Care, we strive to improve patients' life by innovating clinical care, offering integrated treatment plans, personalized care teams, and health management services. Did you know that DaVita is Italian for giving life? This is why our core values are service excellence, integrity, team, continuous improvement, accountability, fulfillment, and fun. DaVita Kidney Care, where our vision for social responsibility defines our declaration of interdependence. DaVita Kidney Care, 800-244-0680, or visit us online, davita.com. The kidney care resource chosen by 8 million people giving life.
Hate, and retreat. Love, hate, and retreat.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings.
Count it up, count it up, count it up. Line them up, line them up, line them up. Swear the sun shining on me, get my heart up, no matter that trouble surrounding us. They don't see that it's a lot of us. Everybody move anonymous. Won't take that credit, I know what we get it. Them blessings be coming from God above. I was doing all kind of bad, what a quiet ass. Tell him I need a verse. Hit the pew and tell Guardians first. Hit the studio, the body of verse. I remember pushing mama little white Honda with no gas money. I just bought a car, cash money. I ain't even trying to brag on it. I just tell it how it really is. I ain't tripping, they ain't feeling this. I ain't saying I deserve nothing, I'm just trying to talk about the benefits. I've been punching in the clock, trying to keep the kitchen stocked. Man, it's a blessing cause we ain't never had a lot, but all we need is all we got. Whew.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Blessings. I put my mama in the grips and stop stressing. I put my girl in a brand new diamond necklace. She said she need more of my love and affection. Cause lately I've been working harder than ever. She said, baby, you a boss. Baby, clear your schedule. Darling, you a boss. Let's do something special. Take me on the PJ when she go to Mexico. I've been down for you, boy, since when the money was low. Anything for my back, cause she a blessing. If you woke up this morning, it's a blessing. Think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Blessings. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it up, count it up.
I took so many losses, could've lost it. Yeah, left them leaking like a faucet. Almost cost me. Everything that I got, all of my fam, part of the plan. I was eating fried bologna out of the pan. Y'all don't understand. I was trying to get it.
I'm in that studio trying to keep it pushing. Patty pies, boy, I kept them cooking. All I needed was the Mary, but the God in me was having commentary. I got angels all around like I need a baker. Blessings falling in line, guess I need a taper. And every loss is a lesson. Tell my haters I confess. Treat them like the green bubbles on my iPhone. I probably never read the message. If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson.
Okay, guys, you're back with Lifeline Media. I hope you guys followed us at the Lifeline Media page at Love, Hate, Retreat. You know, Steve, I got one last question to ask you before I let you go. A little fun question. If you had to produce or any type of media event at Salem Baptist Church, what would you like to see happen?
Well, I think I've been fortunate in that my area of expertise is live production. Okay. And I always thought that the spirit of the church, the aura of excitement that's there, the way the worship service occurs, I think that should be nationwide so that people can experience that. And I've been fortunate to do that and to help make that happen. And in just general terms, I think we've had some tremendous success in that pursuit. And I believe live television production has been a huge part of it. Now we're moving kind of away from television and more into streaming, even though we've been streaming for years. We're one of the first churches in the country to stream. I believe that the electronic device that everybody carries, your phone, is a very powerful tool for ministry. And we have to effectively make sure we're using the technologies to reach everybody where they're at, which is that phone that's in your hand or in your pocket.
Okay. Wow. I agree with the phones. We're really attached to technology right now, and I think it's important for us to take a step back sometimes. Yeah. And so, again, I would like to thank you for coming out to, come here. Wait
a minute. Now, let me ask you a few questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now, we just met.
Yes.
And obviously, you're a very impressive young lady.
Thank you.
You're a student here at
Illinois Media School. Yes, okay, I am.
What year are you in school?
What, I'm sorry?
What year are you in school? Freshman, sophomore?
Oh, well, this is it's a program, and so it's a 8-month program. So I'm in this is my 6th month, so I graduate in April.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I hope you have much success.
Thank you.
Now, what are you going to pursue? What's your goal?
My goal is to have my own production company for like films, and so I want to have my own network or online network. A lot of today's society moving more towards online, so instead of me reaching towards a physical network, I might want to just go ahead and move ahead of the curve and do an online network.
Okay. Well, I would encourage you to do that. And also I'd say don't minimize yourself. Dream big. Don't be afraid to fail big also, because failure is going to occur. Frustration is going to occur as you pursue your opportunities. And it's not your ability to see success, it's your ability to handle failure that determines if you're going to be successful. So what I want to encourage you to do, for one, dream big, set goals, act upon those goals, and you'll achieve them. And if you fall short, you take that experience and you move on to your next endeavor. Don't ever let anybody stop you. Don't let anything frustrate you. The world is yours. You can have it. You can have everything. It's all up to you. The challenge is you overcoming yourself, not any obstacle somebody puts in your way, but your ability to understand what you've experienced and how to move past it and continue to grow.
Wow. That just really hit home. Did God just tell you to say that or something? Because it really just touched some bases for me.
Well, I think it's important to always encourage and uplift.
Yeah, that's really what's needed.
There's other roles and other hats that I wear. I own a couple of businesses. I do more than just the media at Salem. So I've gained a tremendous amount of experience. And as I look back over my career, it's not the successes. It's the failures that determined who I am and how I responded to them. So that's the key, and that's what I want to encourage you to do, is that as you move into this professional world, you'll have things that are going to go wrong. Okay. It's how you handle them that determine where you're going to go from there.
All right. You guys hear that? It's how you handle it. And so I want you guys to take that words, that's like how I will, and use it and apply it to our lives. Again, thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming and making time to come out here and have this interview with us. And so you want to just, do a little shout out or something?
Well, shout out to Big Mike, who's over there.
Appreciate it.
With all that bottom bass in that voice. And to my girl, Ashley Lee, who wonderful young lady. Ashley was she impressed upon me when I first met her. Her spirit, the fact that she's very charitable and that she's taking care of people. I immediately had to be supportive of all her endeavors, which kind of leads to me being here today. But I know that she also has an altruistic spirit. She's concerned about those, the least of those. Mm-hmm. And she could probably talk more about the efforts that she's making, but anything that young lady needs from me, she's got it.
Okay, so that's great. Go Ashley. Okay, guys, you heard it there from yours truly, Raven Scott. So you with Lifeline Media. We're going to go to some breaks real quick, and we'll be right back.
Join the Married Couples Ministries at Salem Baptist Church of Chicago for the Heart of Marriage Marriage Retreat, February 10th through 11th, 2018. For more information, visit us online, sbcoc.org. Email marriedcouples@sbcoc.org or call Thomas and Patrice Henderson, 773-371-2352.
Talk to him.
Lifeline Media Entertainment. Come talk with your host and co-host.
Straight up.
Lifeline Media Podcast, brought to you by Salem's Baptist Church, House of Hope, Media Production Ministry.
Hey, you're back with your host, Raven Scott, and your co-host,
Big Mike.
You already know you're tuning into
Lifeline Media.
So I know you guys follow us on Facebook at Love Hate Retreat. Now, that was a dope interview that we just had. Thank you, Steve, again for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Yes, that was a good interview. Y'all did a great job. It was nice.
Yes, how did you feel about the things that he was saying? You know, like, obviously he was completely against it. And, you know, I agree to a certain extent.
No, I agree with him totally. And like he said, it's just wrong. It's not fair in households, and that's not how it was brought up spiritually. And I think we need to keep it that way because it's just better for life in general if you have a basic understanding of what you're going through.
Yeah. You know, I'm the type of person where it's like, I just feel that do what's best for you, you know? And so it's like, even though, let's say, I necessarily wouldn't participate in polygamy, nor do I feel that, like he was saying, in our country is needed. Well, actually, in our country, I do think it is needed, but I'm not really, like, completely for it at all. But I just feel like to each his own.
Yeah, it is.
I wouldn't tell somebody, oh, don't do it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind trying it.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't, Big Mike.
I mean, it would just confuse the kids, I think, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ups and downs when you're talking about polygamy, especially when you're in a house and you don't know exactly what's going to happen when you're not home. Mm-hmm. And then that's a lot of people to leave in a house, especially if they don't even know each other. How do you coexist? Like, do you prepare for polygamy? Like, what are the questions you ask your wives before they get married? How long do you stay engaged? Like, I would like to talk to a person that's actually married to more than 3, 4, 5 people at once.
I was going to say the same thing. I would love to continue this segment on a different podcast with us bringing in somebody who actually is in a polygamy relationship. Like, we'll be able to answer all the different questions that we have about exactly how they live their life, because maybe it's simple answer to all these questions that we think are really complex, and it's just we're not seeing it from that perspective, you know.
Well, I think it's probably more if we was in that predicament, like maybe we would have a better understanding on how it would work. Mm-hmm. But from the outside looking in, it just don't look like it'll work too greatly. Especially
like with, you know, me thinking from a woman's perspective. A lot of women I know, you know, we find our man cheating. It's World War III. And I just can't see women genuinely being okay with that, you know, unless they are already. The only way I see it working is if these women are, homosexual, and they like each other, and they like this dude, so they feel like it's beneficial. But that's not really what polygamy is and what it's about. And so, therefore, I feel like it's touching on two different things,
Well, actually, I think you got a point, and that's where I would like to try it. Because if my girls could get along before we got married, that means I think that the household would be definitely fun.
See, guys, this is where polygamy gets like a little tricky. In a way, how people can like decipher if it's right or wrong. When people like Big Mike says things like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to get two wives. They're gonna love each other. It's almost like it takes away from, like I was talking about before, like the original meaning of polygamy. But it's like, who cares?
I mean, like I said before, I would like to try it, but then how do you divorce? Like, do you have to divorce them all at once? Can you like divorce one at a time, then remarry? Can you add on? Like, how does it really work? Like, what's the ending result?
Right.
Like, and then how are the kids related? Like, what do you call that? Are they all automatically just brothers and sisters? Because are they first cousins? Like,
so many different questions.
Right.
Man, y'all, we got a bunch of questions. If any of you guys out there have the answer to these questions, please feel free to let us know. I already know by now you followed us on Facebook at Love Hate Retreat. So just comment on there and let us know what you guys think, okay?
Till next time, stay blessed.